You're now tuned into the Real Rap Radio Show. I'm your host, Walil Archer on Downtown Hot Radio. I have my special guest. I have author Denise Devroe. How are you today?
I am good, and you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So excited to have you today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Let's talk about your book. What's the title of your book?
God made me, and you couldn't break me.
Nice title. How did you come up with that title?
Man, I had been thinking about it for a while, and the harder I thought about it, I couldn't think of anything. It just came to me one night, like I was sleeping, and I guess I was thinking about it so much that it came to me. And when that title came to me, I just got up and wrote it down. And when I woke up the next day, I kept reading it and reading it, and I thought this is the best title for my book right now. So I went ahead and went with that.
Awesome. And then let the listeners know about your book.
Yeah, my book is about trauma, going through a long storm with a ex-husband of mine I had been going through for like at least 2 decades of betrayal, taking my money, not paying anything around here, cheating, having another family, living a double life, and getting beat on a lot. And I survived all those traumatizing times.
Wow. So when you was writing the book, how challenging was it for you to write the book going through that experience?
Man, it was like reliving it all over again. Um, I would be doing it in some scenes, some parts of the chapters, I would literally start crying again because it was like reliving it all over again. It's like bringing it back. But I had to continue doing it because I had made a promise to myself after I retired. I'm like, I'm going to write this book because I feel like a lot of people should be able to read it and maybe able to help them out, especially after me being able to live through something so traumatic and being able to continue my life happy now and in peace.
And did you share your story on how did you overcome it?
Yes, I did. Hmm.
Okay. You want to tell us about it?
I did. I prayed every day, every day. And no matter, like I tell people all the time, you might not get the answer you want right away, but it's going to come when God wants it to come to you. So I stayed prayed up, and it took a long time. I would cry and cry and cry, and I prayed and prayed and prayed for him to get me out of the situation. And he finally did.
And how long did it take you to write the book?
About 6 months.
Okay. Okay. Now, when you was writing the book, did you experience writer's block? And if so, how did you overcome it?
I really didn't. I really didn't experience writer's block. I knew exactly, with all the bad memories compared to the good. I knew, like, when I started writing it, I just kept going. I would do a little bit a day, and then a little bit a day. I might finish the chapter in 2 or 3 days, and then I might wait, like, give me a few days, and then I'd write again chapter two and go from there. But I never had any type of writer's block because I already knew what I wanted to send as far as a message and to let readers know what I had went through.
Gotcha. Did you share the book with your family so far?
Yes, yes,
And what kind of
yes.
feedback did you get?
They love it. They a lot of them didn't know what I had went through except for my kids. My kids were there living this with me, so they knew, and they're real supportive of me, and I'm glad for that because I was kind of a little nervous that they might not be supportive because I was writing about their dad. But no, they were supportive because they remember everything I went through with him, and they went through it as well with me.
Now, out of all of your chapters, is one of them more memorable than the other one?
Yeah, there was one that was more memorable, which was the chapter that where I had gotten shot at, and the time that my father had passed away, and my ex ran over me. So that was I can't remember which chapter it was, but it was the one before the karma chapter. Because after that happened, I wrote a chapter about karma, and he ended up totaling out a car that I had helped him get within a 2 month period. So he ended up totaling it out because he had made the deal, like, if you help me get the car, I will not have it around this woman, or won't be around her, and this and this and that. Well, my name was on the car, and he ended up doing what he said he wasn't going to do. And within another 2 months, he ended up totaling that car out. And then he asked me for help again. And I said, no, I wouldn't help him out anymore. So I was done with that. And it was a relief to me, so I didn't have to worry about any type of payments or anything like that.
Wow. So, what would you say is the most valuable message you want the readers to take away from reading a book?
Um, because a lot of women and some men go through it too. A lot of women, you know, will be wanting to retaliate, and then that can get you in serious trouble. I know some that are in jail right now, some that have tried to commit suicide, and it's not worth it. When you're thinking that way, you're pretty much being selfish. And I had thought that way myself at some time, but then I had to think, you got your kids. I had a grandbaby. I can't be selfish and do something that's going to take me away from them, and they're having to live lives out here without their mother. So I needed to be around for them, and that's what I want people to take as they're reading this. Please just don't be selfish. Just think about your loved ones and people around you that care for you and love you, and they help you through it, and you will get through it eventually.
Okay, now talk to me about your creative writing process. Did you do a little bit a day, or did you have to stop and start back?
It was a little bit a day, and then when it was before it got to the real traumatic parts, then I would rest, like ease my mind and rest. It wasn't that I couldn't stop writing it. I could have continued, but I wanted the time to kind of, you know, rest my mind and stuff, and the ease of being upset about some of the chapters that I had to write.
Okay, and I'm looking at your book cover now. How did you come up with the artwork for the book cover?
Oh man, it took me a while. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we kept looking and looking, and he was like, "Hey, why don't you try to find something, with a teardrop and like a dropping into a lake with a bunch of ripples and stuff?" And we found it. He's very artistic as well, and we found it. And when I saw this right here, this book, this photograph right there, I was like, that was it right there. I had a hard time coming up with it. We were coming up with stuff that they would have me in the cover, and I'm like, no, I don't like that. I want something that's really catchy, and to me this was very catchy.
Gotcha. And where can people purchase your book from?
Anywhere online that sells books, like Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Google, Apple, TikTok, Instagram. So it's all over.
Okay. And as we close out, any final thoughts or closing remarks you want to share?
No, I just want to let the readers know, like, there is happiness after the end of a storm, and I saw the light. And as today, me and my kids and grandbabies live so happy, and they're so proud of me. And I'm glad that I'm able to do everything I wanted to do, continue to do, and I'm enjoying life to the fullest. So there's always light after the storm, and you've got to believe in that.
Awesome message. Well, I'd
Yes.
like to thank you for doing the interview today.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me.
My pleasure. Well, Denise, that's my time for today on the Real Rap Radio Show. And I'll see you guys next time on the Real Rap Radio Show with Walil Archer with Down to Hott Radio. Peace and blessings, everyone.